This is the 2018 Ferrari GTC4 Lusso, and it's a masterclass in blending performance, luxury, and practicality in a way only Ferrari can. As a successor to the Ferrari FF, the GTC4 Lusso builds on its predecessor's innovative formula with even more sophistication and refinement. So this Lusso sits on a 20-inch rim. So I like the 5-spoke rim that comes with it. And one interesting thing I didn't understand about this car is that they put... So you see that cover that is in the car, right? I don't know which car manufacturer does this, but then they put the same woolen feel where the mudguard is supposed to be. It's not a rubber mudguard, but then it's woolen. It has texture. So the engine starts after the axle. I like these vents that they put in. They look like gills from a fish, and they are real. They have things in there. And this is also the 10 signal over here. It looks a bit cheap, but I mean, it's not bad. I like the way the car also extends all the way to the back. Now, this car is called a shooting brake. At the heart of performance, the GTC4 Lusso is a 6.3-litre V12 engine producing 680 horsepower. This engine delivers an exhilarating driving experience with a 0 to 60 miles per hour time of just 3.4 seconds. How cool is that? They've maintained the whole fluidity of the design of the car. I like the fact that these are not door handles that stick out, but then it flows and then it's just in here. One thing I don't love about it is that once your oh yeah, that's the key though. I'm actually with my sneakers. You have a problem with your key, you have to push the key in there. But it's not practical because you have to lift this up a bit before you can push it in there and then open. Ferrari comes with a spoiler that's on this side. You might not even realize what it is till you take a very good look at it. Now let's talk about how practical the trunk space is. One click and then it opens on its own. This can't fit a lot of luggages, but I'm sure it can fit me. Let me try and see if I can enter. The car is very low. I give it an 8 over 10 for styling. The interior is equally impressive, combining Ferrari's traditional luxury with modern technology. The cabin is spacious for a Ferrari, comfortable with seating and high-quality materials throughout. The part I love the most, I like these seats because they are so practical. They're so comfortable, actually, when you sit in them. And then also the space at the back. We'll get into that. But a part where I wanted to show you about the full, it's on this side, just right on the door handle. You have the button for opening the trunk, and then also the button for opening the full door. I don't know why they kept it on this, but it's not really practical. I mean, you had all the space down here to make it like a regular car. Another thing I love about it is how they made the opening of the door or the door handle for it. It's really nice, but it feels like after a long time, it can start malfunctioning. Now, once you open the door, you have 2 digital screens on this side. You have one that shows you the logo of the car, and then you have the other one that shows you the model of the car. So that's the GTC4. This car has multiple screens. Aside this side, you have the infotainment screen that's on this side, and then you have a screen that is on this side that shows the passenger a lot of things. I like the fact that the seats, they don't really grip you too much, but it gives you some form of space to relax yourself on. So unfortunate for people who sit behind, especially if I'm driving. So an additional package that you get at a very expensive price is the sunroof that extends from this side all the way to the back, but this model doesn't have it. I like the display of leather in this, and also little carbon fiber that they included. So now all of this is a really nice display of cowhide. That's leather. This side is also leather. The dashboard has a bit of perforated leather. It has a bit of like regular leather. And also when the center part of it, you have an airflow that opens up once the car starts. And it also closes to give you like a very seamless design. It's time to start this glorious V12 naturally aspirated engine. I like the key. I like the fact that they've written the model of it. If this button doesn't work, there's a part on the side that you need to flip open, and it doesn't give you a key option, but it gives you another push to start. I really don't get that idea. But foot on the brake, then the car starts. How beautiful is it? I mean, the neighbors won't like it, but I love it.
The sound of the V12 is nothing short of symphonic, providing a thrilling experience that complements its blistering acceleration. Imagine waking up your neighbors to this sound.
One thing I love about this car is how when you start the car, the seat belts gloriously move to you. Now there's a lever that gives you the seat belts. Once you clip it in, then it goes back in. So one click, it goes down. One click, it goes up. You have your engine start stop button on this side. You also have your button for suspension, and then you have a dial that changes from wet, comfort, sports, and snow. And there's more to it. Now this steering wheel also, they don't have turn signals on the sides because the paddle shifters have taken most of it, or most of the space. And the paddle shifters in this car is actually very important because there is no button that gives you a drive option, but then with the one up over here, that's what you need to make the car move. Now in this, you also have your turn signals on the steering wheel, so you have the chance to press it on this side, and then also maybe when you don't have the chance to use your thumb, you can also press it from behind. Same thing as it, but it gets confusing if it's the first time. So now turn signals, I can't do this all the way, but then I have to press it this way before I can enter. And also with your highlight beam and then lowering it, you either press here or then you push it back to give you a highlight. But then if you just want to flash it, you press it from the back. And also this car comes with Apple CarPlay that is wired. And the steering wheel, let's talk about how nice it is, because the grip is really beautiful. It comes with carbon fiber below part of it and then also at the top part of it. Now another thing is that it gives you the option to answer your calls on this side of it, and then also to have a voice controlled assist on this side. I mean, there's nothing more beautiful about how driver oriented this car is, because I like the fact that the RPM gauge cluster is still analog, but then other informations of the car are digital.
Practicality. One of the GT4 Lusso's standout features is practicality. The car boasts of a usable rear seat and a decent trunk space, making it more versatile than many of its competitors. The GTC4 Lusso offers a high-level everyday usability that's rare in this segment.
Always remember, when you're trying to enter into a supercar or hypercar, if you are tall as me, you always try to go with your back first, then you sit in. So another thing is, I mean, I don't expect the best of headrooms. I'm still like on the first part of the seat, but then one thing I love about it is the fact that the seat sinks into it. So now when you come in, now the seat also comes in this place. One click, you just let it rest, then it comes. Okay. It's not bad. It's just because I'm the one who's sitting in front, just because I'm using my leg room in front to give the whole measure. But honestly, I can sit in this for almost like a long journey and I wouldn't really feel bad. The seat makes you get really tucked in. It has, man, this is so premium. Then there are speakers on this side, and then there's a little reading light on both sides. Now there are two air vents at the bottom here, which is really nice. And there are two cup holders over here. I don't know if these cup holders are for baby juice or something, but they are so little. Or maybe, okay, let's just say, because it's a Ferrari, they expect you to have a champagne flute. So you just stick it in and then it sticks. But, I mean, also gives you the chance to have an armrest with the same idea in front. It has two USBs over here. This doesn't come with the Apple CarPlay connection. You only get it in front. And then it has a magnet attachment on both sides. So once you let it go down, it clips to it and it doesn't open. The upholstery is A1, but I just don't like the designs that he put in there. I don't know the idea of what they are trying to achieve. But then you have the way through your trunk space in here, and this feels very, very hard. It feels very premium. I like it. The JBL speakers on two sides of the car. Now the air vents also extend on this side, and it's really nice. So now there's also another speaker on this side of the car, and then the car gives you an armrest also on this side, so it really holds you in here. The leather seat pockets behind, it's really premium. I don't think this thing can tear off anytime soon. Headroom, I can't complain. I really can't complain. It's a Ferrari. I mean, I really can't complain. Leg room, I mean, I'm sure if I have a driver that is much shorter than me, the person can be in there and then it's fine. The lever on this side, once you push it and extend it like this, then it goes, and then I'm out. The glove compartment is just a button over here, and then it goes gloriously down. In here, it comes with your Ferrari manual or your Ferrari Bible. The engine of the car. How do you open this? It's not down here. It's not by the door. It's a little lever that's here. So you put your hand all the way to the back. Wow. You don't hear anything metal. You only hear very soft. So nice. It's just, wow. I think I can do this all day. Wow. I mean, it's basic knowledge for every car, but then this gloriously opens to your V12 naturally aspirated engine. Man, the batteries also sits behind this. I mean, some of the cars, talking about like practicality and all of these things, like you are looking at when you are by the roadside and you need some assistance or you need some help. Now, accessing your battery isn't too much of a problem. And the other essential things, now this side is also for the water. Your dipstick is in here. Wow, that's very hot actually. And then your washer fluid is also on this side. All right, so now this exhaust is so powerful and it's so scary that I can't even floor it. Like, I'm in a neighborhood where I can't even floor anything. But I mean, talk about drive comfort and all. Seats is, I'm always a big fan of like the seating capacity in every Ferrari, same as the 488 and then also this one. These are the only twos I've been in. But then I like the whole idea that although that the car is very low, it feels like something that can go over ramps with a little ease, something that can give you like a very good ground clearance, and even like with your view outside you can see a whole lot. Let me take my seat back a bit. Yeah, this is how farthest I can go for driving, and it feels nice. I can't complain. I mean, everything is just on my grip, everything is just on my reach. The climate control is also on my reach. The infotainment system is also on my reach. Let's just take it back a bit. Yeah, so reverse, you press the button. It's really annoying when you have detached pedal shifters to the car. So now, because I'm going all the way this way, I have to come down and then go one up and then make it go. But aside that, I mean, it's really nice. Let's test out how fast this car can go. Did you hear that shift? Wait. Did you hear that shift? This is the 2018 Ferrari GTC4 Lusso. I always picture it in my mind before I say it. But then I'll say this is a car worth driving. If you want to buy it and you have the money, you should definitely buy it because it's a practical car for daily use. Maybe not the engine size, but then, I mean, space-wise, the idea of the clutch system, how fast this car goes, the 6.3 liter engine that it has, it sits on a 20-inch rim. Okay, so like, subscribe, share, and tell someone. If it's not on this show, then it's nowhere driving. Your exhaust sound like made in India. GT3 RS, shawty thick like GLS. Hell, it's like XOK, but that's okay with me.